see. We should be live again. And let's see if it skips and plays this time. I've got slightly different settings going on. I'm going to leave this up on the desk for now, I guess. Looks like it might have skipped and stopped. Well, maybe not. Maybe that was just me holding tight. I'm also streaming to Twitch and to YouTube at the same time, so I don't know. Let's just see what happens. We'll see about getting something going here for a little bit and go from there. Changed a couple of settings, and just looking at it, things look a little smoother, a little finer. I do need to see this screen though, don't I? Let's see how that works. Second monitor would be fantastic. This one seems to be the busy one, so we'll leave this one up there. Alright, let's just see what happens and we'll go from there. Alright, so whatever settings I did click, let's see, I changed it to hardware encoding. I changed the bit rate, although it seems like it might have gone up a little bit. We'll see. I think maybe the hardware encoding definitely is the key setting that's going on there. Yeah, that's where she goes. I have to do some sharpening as well of some stuff, and maybe that'll be Tuesday's task. There, we'll see what happens. That's funny. So do more live stream? Hey Scott. How am I doing a live stream? Is that what the question is? Is I'm doing it from home, from my from a laptop. I've got a webcam up there. This is not at the studio. Yeah, we're kind of going from there. A good place for this here. That's not a good place for that, but it is what it is. One of the other projects I'm working on is a frame pack. We had a hike going on this winter. We had a hike going on in the spring here, which unfortunately and needless to say has been postponed, but I'm working on a frame pack for it, and the last photos of it were just all hard edges and stuff, and I had a chance to chamfer down the edges, drop the weight of it quite significantly. I say quite significantly, not like it has too much going on to it, but dropped it a couple couple of ounces. And I want to make some of my own cordage to secure them up. And yeah, a little Roy Croft style frame pack. And the other thing that I did, which I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but at each one of the joints here, let's see, there's a couple little, I'm trying to find it, a couple little scribe lines in there. I just whacked them in with the chisel, so the 2 and the 2, they go together, the 3 and the 3, etc. It's not the best lap joint, but it works. It works. Where is it? Right about there. Yeah, it works. There's a little bit of a kind of, I don't know. I did them. They were looking really good, and then when I chamfered the edges, I didn't think, and I went a little too far into each one. But once it's tied up, they'll all be great. Do more live stream on Facebook. Head up, send you a friend request. Yeah. Well, I plan on doing a little bit more live streaming as we go along. And, you know, now that I've got this kind of wired up a little bit, I'm probably find a better place for that camera because, you know, I'll find a better place for that camera. Probably mount it over on this wall over here a little bit. And, yeah, so. Cool beans. What's everybody up to today? Did everybody have a good weekend? Oops. I wish that the Facebook chat came through. So I'm going through Restream, which is allowing me to stream to a couple places at once, and they have a little chat program that I'm supposed to be able to read the Facebook chat in this other window, and it's not. It doesn't show up. It shows up when I type something, and that's what that little test thing was a little earlier. But yeah, I don't know. Basket of sandpaper down there, my clamp drawer, my instruments drawer. Oh, that's great, Chris. It's not Chris, sorry. That's great, Scott, that all the episodes are done. There. This goes in the scrap wood bin. That was like hammer and mallet. That every now and then I'm going to be voila, one clean-ish bench. Clean on the top anyway. Holes. I think going to be so are you watching TV or neither? Falling asleep on the couch. That's a good idea as well. All right, Gary, you're working on your jewelry for your jewelry eShop files. Oh, that's great. Yes, the cell phone data plan. So here, my mother received a message on her cell phone that T-Mobile was upping her to unlimited data, which she has an old flip phone, so her data's only SMS and picture messages, which she's already on unlimited for. But hopefully, oh, did I freeze? I froze, didn't I? Ugh. Grr. Oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to figure out the technical side of this thing. Disconnect the camera, maybe? Accidentally? Is it just the audio, or is it, I mean, just the video, or is it the audio? You can hear me. Okay, well, let's I've disconnected the webcam. I have whoa, that's crazy. We don't need that. Let's try this here. Let us that webcam. We'll just put in a new camera source, video capture device. Add existing. Boom. Okay, so that way at least we're looking at something. That is an integrated webcam on the laptop. Let's put this one back in. I got a feeling when I moved the laptop from here to there, disconnected the webcam and that screwed the whole thing up. Let's add a video capture device, create a new one, 2. So look, we got it back. I should probably really start wearing a hat, shouldn't I? Both at the same time. And let's see if I come back. Oh, I hear something about there I am. It hasn't caught up on my end yet. But let's see. So good, there I am. Well, supposedly you guys can. Oh, there I am. Boom. Amazing. Let's see if this happens again. If it does, then then we'll do something else. And then maybe I won't play. I'm just gonna go grab something here. Chairs that I'm looking at repurposing here. Yeah, it's not reflecting and causing technical issues, then I guess that's okay. Hopefully it didn't freeze up. Knots in that end. It's like a fairly decent piece. Okay for that. This might be my first choice. It's got a big crack. If I was splitting it, it might be good. Yeah, right at the little pit. Okay, you are my legs. So, over the next few days, or however long it's going to take, I'm going to try to make a chair. Well, not a chair, a stool. Wanted to make a Lund stool type Dublin Lund stool for a while, and I believe I remember seeing it was only about 18 inches tall. It's a YouTuber named Rex Kruger, a woodworking guy, that just recently made a chair out of 2x4. It has inspired me to do much of the same, except for I've got this 2x whatever it is, 8. That way I can have I've got one of the other pieces that I'll make the seat out of. So I don't know if I want to do the 18-inch high. 18 is, I think, is what, just like a regular chair. Yeah, let's do an 18-inch high. This had structures. The Lund stool traditionally doesn't, but we'll give it a whirl. Oh, all available Lemoyne's now watching. Oh, no pressure now. So we'll go from there. Got a significant warp going onto it, but I think it's mostly up at this end. What I'm doing is I'm trying to avoid these big knots. So the idea here is going to be we'll cut that at 18, and then we'll rip these and make the legs out of this, and then either another one of the pieces, probably another one of the pieces because this one's got a couple of good knots going on in it. We'll use another one of the pieces and we'll make like a D-shaped seat out of it we'll give it a whirl, see what happens. But I'm okay with this, so let's go from there. Yeah, we get it down to about 20 inches or so, and see what happens from there. Probably pull that end as well, so about there. And I know that this edge nothing's really trued on this, so we'll fix that in a minute. Probably guessed my laptop's over here, and I'm looking over here, so if I see you, I see you. If I don't, I don't, and I apologize for anything that I miss or don't. And yeah, it's more just to hang out and have some fun, right? And apparently no foul language, so I can't say the word duck or goose or mallard. Oh, yes. I do wish that I had thought about maybe I'll sharpen tomorrow. About a snack. A couple of shop snacks would be good, right? Zoltan, I don't know if you're back or hanging out or anything like that, but one of the first things that I had built when I had gotten this, a couple of stops here, just to they're pegged, they just set right in. And what I did find is that this set of holes is slightly different than this set of holes, and that made life more interesting. Going on to it, probably laying it down a little. I'm only using the microphone that's, I'm assuming it's the one that's up on there, but come to think of it, it might be the one coming from over here. I think if this starts working, I'll go ahead and set myself up with a better audio. Better audio idea. So that's not proper English, but I mean, I've got access to it. So, talk about crows or ravens, right? Like, where's my line? This side. bench does not have a face vise. And because of that, I don't know how to do this, but I learned a little trick the other day, and I don't necessarily, one of the keys to sawing wood avoid some of the chatter in it. I've got the edge vise, but it's on the wrong side for when I'm sawing. Although I suppose I probably, you know what? It's a large enough piece. Let's see if I can start with this. So what I was going to do with these here is use one to clamp it in this way, and then this one to clamp it to the table surface. But this might work just as well. Oop. What we got here? Oh, excellent. Excellent. I've got a couple of private messages coming through, which aren't too terribly private, but they're private enough that we're going to keep them private. Frame anymore. I'm not even in the frame anymore. We can fix that just by going like this. So I think I can. Yeah, pretty close enough. Line on this side too. That's also why I made them a little longer than I planned on it. Because I knew this cut was going to be horrible. Oh, like you guys can hear me over this. Yeah, so that's why I made the cut a little bit longer, because I knew that this cut was going to be horrific. Because, yeah, I need more practice. Fortunately, this is where I'm going to start getting some practice. Excellent. I'm glad that you can hear us. So, what am I making? I am planning on making a small little stool. Nancy, as you probably remember, I do medieval reenactment and stuff, and there's a little three-legged stool that that was found in over time, and I don't know, kind of want to make one, you know. It's a Dublin. It's a Dublin stool. Did that answer your question, Sue, from upstairs? Excellent. I think my trusty internet assistant is planning on seeing if I can find. That's fantastic. I just got compared to Alton Brown. I love it. This is the part that Sue hates. Huh? This is the part that makes all of the wood chips. P.S. One of the other projects that may come up is taking all of these wood chips and trying to make paper out of them. I'm not saying we were YouTubing it, but we might have been YouTubing that. We were definitely YouTubing that.
Hey, you cannot use what I say at 3 in the morning against me to all of your Facebook friends.
I'm pretty sure that was 2 in the morning.
I cannot be held responsible for what I say at 2 o'clock in the morning.
So this piece here is just going to be for the legs, but I do want to try to get some of the twist out of it. You can probably hear it, but I've got a good little twist in it. So if I can get it a little bit better. Plus it'll clean up the exterior surface and although I do plan on you know, there's something very satisfying about planing, that is for sure. What else was really nice too was the other day I was using the draw knife, and I could see where I could probably just get really carried away, and then the next thing you know, I go from a 2x4 to this, and yeah, that was super satisfying. Yeah, and I just saw your comment about planing down or standing off, or in my case I'll end up cutting it off, the excess. It'll help me create a level surface. One of the techniques at the end is, once you have the stool set flat on the table, so you've got your 3 legs coming out, is to take a pencil up on a little block and come around like this. So if the block was here, you'd come around and scribe out, and that's where the cut would have to be a little bit more precise. nice spot in the middle on this side. Oops, flip the board around. Planing is even more satisfying when you get the wood going the right way the right time, or the first time. Approximate here. Again, this piece here, these are going to become the 3 legs, and they'll get shaped a little bit more as well. Yeah, I've been having some hard time sharpening, learning sharpening as well. The draw knife that I was using the other day, which I think is technically called a push knife, is this straight one here by More Knife. And I just got it at Burka and just got a chance to use it. But I do have this older one here. It's got a really decent curve to it that it's pretty dull. Yeah, I got to figure this one out. I tried sharpening it a little bit, but you're right. This sharpening is a skill that's definitely I need some more work with as well. For the plane irons, so I use the sandpaper method. I think I moved that around. Figures I move stuff around and now I can't. Oh. I use the different various grits of sandpaper to do mine, but for the plane irons, I went ahead and bought one of these honing guides here, and while it definitely helps us for the planes, I don't like it for the chisels as much because they don't like really positively sit in too well. But for the planes, it works fantastic. I actually dropped one of my chisels the last time I was using it right on the cement floor, and I put a nice little ding in the corner of one. And maybe this week, maybe we'll play with some sharpening. Backwards again, aren't I? I'd like to get another iron and convert it into a scrub plane, which is if you picture the iron here, it would have a decent camber to it. It helps really peel wood off pretty quick. Still a little low down here, but I think I'm gonna get away with it. I kind of have to avoid a little dent in that section, but I only need 3 legs, so I think I'll be good. Alright, so we're going to call that surface faced for now. Let's pick here. So this is where I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just, or similar to what I was talking about earlier. Well, I'm not going to clamp that one down, although maybe I should. Just give you a little bit more stability. Saw an interesting video with Peter Folensby a while ago. On this. He would actually only just use the little stops to get away with it. He is better at this than I. That is for sure. There we go. Anybody else out there making anything nice today? Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I saw some pictures earlier, I think, of something on your loom, right? That's too much. Here's the other thing I was thinking about doing today was actually warping up one of the looms or dressing it up. Got a 4 shaft loom from Albreda that I'm really hoping to get working on while we're doing our thing here. eventually want to weave my own leg wraps. But I've got a project to start with so that I can kind of get used to it. She definitely suggested not going straight into wool. Trying to get a decent enough reference edge. Might have been doing it to the wrong side. Hi there. Hi there. Take this off. Too bad. All those. You guys in a bit. So those two sides. A little warped also. Middle still. Wrong way. Right, good enough. Better on the surface of the table there. First time. You can see how cupped, I don't know, maybe you can't. You can see how cupped this was that I haven't even like really started touching anything in the center section yet. But I mean, this board's been sitting around for, oh, who knows how long. Go. Oh, I'm gonna go upstairs. I actually brought it upstairs, didn't I? This dustpan is what I was looking for. There's a witness now that I put that right into the dustpan. Sorry, trash can, not to, yeah, whatever. It's the same thing. Ends up at the same place. Yeah. Check on dinner? Right. Alright, I'll have to go check on dinner. Not create any special graphics because, you know, that's what you do nowadays. What is this? Let's see. We are right back. Boom. Yeah, I think you can see that. That would work well if I could hold the camera right there. Do this. I think I would have a way to do this. Put a couple more wood chips so it looks like I'm working. Boom. And I'm going to mute the sound. So, if you happen to be watching on YouTube or Twitch, could you pop me a message within there, because I want to see if that restream thing is working from there. And yeah, we'll go from there. Shaky cam.